This conference will now be recorded.
So we are learning about purchase order and sales order process. So if it is a purchase order, purchase order creation process is purchase order creation and then PO confirmation, then product receipt, and then vendor invoice. These are the sequence steps we have learned till now. And then in the same sales order process, sales order creation, sales order confirmation is not mandatory, it is optional only. It is optional. Next one is packing slip and then customer invoice. So these two steps process we learned, and then we learned about item creation process. Let me open the file. So if you want to create an item master, you need to learn storage dimension group, tracking dimension group, product dimension group, item group, item model group, inventory unit, purchase unit, sales unit. These 8 fields are mandatory. And regarding this storage dimension group, we have learned like different versions, how it will be different inventory dimensions. If it is AX2012 R2, if it is AX2012 R2, it is only for site, warehouse, location, pallet ID. If it is AX2012 R3, then site, warehouse, location, pallet ID. Along with this 4, there is another 2 additional license plate and inventory status. Let me open that file. In AX2012 R2, there are 4 dimensions: site, warehouse, location, pallet ID. Whereas in R3, along with this pallet ID, and you have additional 2 inventory dimensions: license plate and inventory status. These are belongs to advanced warehouse management and transportation management. It was added. Even though license plate and pallet ID both are available, Microsoft clearly informed in AX2012 whenever it is there, either one only can be used. The functionality, only one functionality can be used. And it was informed in the earlier itself, pallet ID is going to be duplicated in the next coming versions. So in the same manner, so whatever they said, they have duplicated in D365. So in D365, you will find site, warehouse, location, license plate, and inventory status. Okay. In the tracking dimension group, in earlier, it is only 2, batch number, serial number. Now, in D365, in Russian locality, it was added one more. Of course, localization, there are 5 tracking dimensions available. Inventory dimensions are 5. In Russian localization,
I said, yeah, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Satya, we cannot hear you. Hello, Satya?
I'm sorry, there is a network issue in between. Am I audible now?
Yeah, yes, yes. We can hear you now.
Yeah, okay, fine. So it is 1 minute, it was disconnected in between. Okay, fine. So till now we have learned all these things: sales order process, purchase order process. Now we will try to understand in more details about the purchase order process and sales order process in depth. Little bit more in depth about this purchase order process and sales order process. Now, sales order creation, confirmation is not mandatory, it is optional, and then packing slip. So in between we have option called, in this process we have additional steps: picking list and then picking list registration. Picking list and picking list registration. What is this picking list and picking list registration? Let us understand. Okay, give me a second. What is this picking list and picking list registration? Let us understand. Picking list means, suppose if it is a very big organization, you are giving information to your delivery boys to pick the material. You are giving information to your delivery boys to pick the material. That is picking list. And picking list registration means, he picked the material, and kept at the delivery place. He picked the material and kept at the delivery place. That's what picking list registration. Picking list registration means the action started by delivery boys. The inventory will be decreased from the warehouse. And it was kept at the delivery point. Okay. Now, earlier what I have explained, like whenever you are doing packing slip, stock was deducted. Now I'm changing my words. During registration, stock will be deducted. Picking list and then picking list registration. So stock may be deducted at the time of picking list registration, or stock will be deducted at the time of packing slip, whichever is earlier. So if you do picking list registration, stock will be deducted, or at the time of packing slip, stock will be deducted. Whichever is earlier, the stock will be deducted. Let me show you this one quickly in the system. And then if you have any doubts, we'll discuss. So sales and marketing module. Sales orders. Give me a second. Sales orders, all sales orders. So if you are not using environment, any application, in 10-15 minutes, it will become slow. Okay, so whenever you want, you can use this application, because the demo environment, whatever it is there, whenever you are using, it will be a little bit quicker. If it is idle, it will be slowly, it will be in a, ideal condition. If it is ideal condition, means if you are not using, slowly it will be like a disable mode, it will go. So you need to better to close this application and open. Means suppose you have not used this application for half an hour, almost half an hour something, then you can close this application and open freshly. That will work properly for demo system, which I'm telling, not for like company environments. Fine. So in sales order, I'm clicking on new button. I'm clicking on new button. Let me cancel this one. It is taking so much time. Let me close. Let me use this one. Sales and marketing. Sales orders, all sales orders. Click on new button. Select the customer. So in your environment, you will find DE001. You will not find 1001, 1002, 1003, because that is created by me. You will find DE001. Don't select DE001 because that is intercompany setups. It is there. So intercompany setups you don't know. I will explain you later. So select any US 001, 2, 3, 4, anyone you can select. You can select US 001. Scroll down and select site and warehouse. I'm selecting warehouse 11. Click OK. Let me take duplicate. Meanwhile, I'm just opening the on-hand inventory form. So go to product information management. Product information management. Released products. So item 1000. I'm going to manage inventory. Manage inventory tab. Manage inventory tab. On-hand inventory. In view area page, on-hand inventory button. We have clicked on on-hand inventory button. So in warehouse 11, Physical inventory is available 52, and on order it is showing 6. On order means sales order quantity. On order quantity it is 6. Now I am creating 1000. Take the example, suppose 2 quantity. I have created a sales order for item, means customer has given an order to me, to my organization, like send me these items, 2 items to the customer. So customer has given an order to me. Okay, the price is coming automatically. So somewhere else it is coming. I will discuss with you where it is coming. Now if you verify on hand inventory, on order quantity will be increased. If I am clicking on refresh, now it is 8 quantity. On order 8 quantity. So earlier we are doing post packing slip. I'm sorry. Now we are doing generate picking list. Generate picking list means you are giving an order, like giving information to your delivery boys to pick the material. Just give me a minute. Okay. So here what you will do, you will take a printout, print picking list, and click OK. So every time whenever you are taking a printout, it will take, so it is asking you don't have any printer, it is printing to screen only. Yes, it is fine, because in real-time scenario it should be printed. That's what warning. It is instead of printing, like we have screen only. Yes, fine. So first time whenever it is generating print checkbox, print option, it will take a minute or 2 minutes. The reason behind, the reports are generated in SSRS and SSES, whereas application is in X++ language with .NET. So the connections between two things will be established. So first time whenever you are generating a report, it will take some time. Second time the same report if I generate, it will be very quicker. Only first time it will take. Why I'm telling this one? If I'm going to suppose demonstrate to the new client, what I will do, I will generate one time offline, then second time I will show in front of the customer. Because first impression is best impression always. So this printout is getting generated. Once it is generated, I will submit to, or I will inform to my delivery boys, pick this material. In real-time scenario, it is not only one item, it may be 10 items, it may be 15 items, it may be 20 items, it may be 100 items also, any items. This list of the printing, you are giving information to your delivery boys. That is picking list. So as I told you, like first time whenever you are generating a print format, it will take few minutes. I mean to say, in your live environment or production or any client environment, it may take 5 seconds to 6 seconds something. In your demo environment, it may take 1 minute or 2 minutes. So the list information you have given to your delivery boys. Now, if you verify on hand inventory, there will not be any change. It is as it is. On order it is 8 and 52 physical inventory. Now the delivery boys, they are doing registration, means they have picked the material from the warehouse. They have picked the material from the warehouse and they kept at the dispatch area. So in this, actually in this process, handling process is there. There are so much information in pallet ID related. In the pallet ID related information, there are so many things like start date, end date. There are so much information in the pallet ID functionality. So that pallet ID functionality is completely deprecated. Okay. So anyhow, if you want in detail this picking process in detail, then you can use advanced warehouse management. This is single step, but in the advanced warehouse management, there are so many steps inside. Now I'm clicking on updates and update all. If I click on update all, what happens? This activated status, handling status, activated will become completed status. Okay, and start date, end date, it was updated. Time. This is picking process. Of course, in-depth functionality is available in pallet ID related to this area, but anyhow it was deprecated. Only single step you have updated. Now if you verify inside, now this will become 6 and this will become 50 because it was deducted from the warehouse. Now it was became 50 and 6. Picking list registration means delivery boys picked from the warehouse and kept at the dispatch area. Wherever you are going to dispatch, that area it was kept. So in this process, earlier what I told, on-hand inventory will be decreased at the time of packing slip. Now I'm changing my words. I'm doing amendments to my words. At the time of picking list registration also, stock will be deducted. On-hand inventory is decreasing at the time of picking list registration or packing slip, either one, whichever is earlier. Now I'm doing packing slip, pick and pack, post packing slip. So now you can select picked quantity. Here picked means picking list registration is completed, that quantity. Picked quantity means picking list registration quantity, not picking list registration. Once it is picking list registration is done, then already it is picked, so it will show you that one line details because you have updated picking list and picking list registration, both you have executed. Then it will show you those quantity here. Click OK. So every time it will warn you like you are not taking a printout. So I have not selected print checkbox. Okay, no problem. I want to continue. I have clicked on OK. It was posting packing slip. In real-time scenario, you need to take a printout and you need to submit this print packing slip document to your customer. It is mandatory. This is dispatch document. Okay, now if you verify on-hand inventory, there will not be any change in the on-hand inventory. Same it will be there because it was deducted at the time of picking list registration. Stock was deducted already, so no need to do this one. Once again, it will not deduct. Once again, it will not deduct in the system because already it was deducted at the time of picking list registration. Now I am doing invoice. Generate invoice button. So look at this one status. It is status will be changed to delivered, means dispatched the material. Now I'm doing invoice. If I click on invoice, the financial postings will be updated now. So once again, you have not taken a printout checkbox. Print checkbox I have not enabled. no issues. Here it is there, print options. I'm proceeding without printing. But in real time scenario, it is must. You need to take a printout and you need to keep one document with you. You need to maintain a books of records, one copy with you, one copy should be sent to the customer, and one copy to the truck operators. So usually 3 copies will be generated. Usually 3 copies will be generated. One copy for your filing, one copy with the truck driver, one copy will be sent to the customer. 3 copies will be maintained in real-time scenarios. Where it is a packing slip or invoice, you need to maintain and you need to keep a books in your records, because whenever it is any like government authorities came back to you and they need to verify, they will verify your records, books of records. So for that, you need to file all the invoices in your organization. Okay, now if you verify on hand inventory, if you refresh, there is no change in the on hand inventory. So any questions here? So now it is amended your knowledge. At the time of picking list registration also stock will be deducted, whichever is earlier. If you do already packing slip, then you cannot do picking list and registration. Already if you completed packing slip, you cannot go back and you cannot do this one. If you have not done, you can do this one first and then you can do it. Okay, let me finish one more step and then I'll come back to you. Now I'm creating one more new sales order. Same, selecting same customer, US001. Any customer you can select, but I'm selecting US001. And I'm selecting warehouse 11. Click OK. Now I'm selecting the item, same 1000. Suppose now I'm selecting 3 quantity. Save. So I'm not doing, let me save this one. I'm not doing picking list. I'm not doing picking list registration. I'm not doing packing slip. Let me show you on hand inventory first. It will show you 9 quantity because I have updated order quantity 3. Now it will become 9. Okay, I'm not doing anything. I'm doing directly invoice. Generate invoice button. Generate invoice button. So here, if you want, you can take a printout, print checkbox. I'm selecting all quantity. Here all is there. I'm clicking OK. I have not done picking list. I have not done packing slip. I have not done picking list registration. Directly I'm doing invoice. Now it was posted. If you verify on hand inventory, if you refresh, it will become 47 and it will become 6. Look at this one. So on hand inventory is decreased at the time of invoice. So on hand inventory will be decreased, means stock will be decreased at the time of picking list registration, at the time of packing slip, at the time of invoice. whichever is earlier. So whichever is earlier. Earlier in the very first, I mean to say, like 3-4 days back, I have explained only at the time of packing slip stock will be deducted. Now stock is deducted at the time of picking list registration. Stock is deducting at the time of packing slip. Stock is deducting at the time of customer invoice. Whichever is earlier means if you do packing slip, you cannot do picking list registration. Once it is invoiced, you cannot do packing slip and picking list registration. So back step you cannot do. The earlier steps you cannot do once it is progressed to the this step. So stock is deducting at the time of picking list registration, at the time of packing slip, at the time of invoice. Now these all are optional. Till now these are all are optional because this is optional and this is optional. That is the reason you are able to do it invoice. But if it is, if I want to make it mandatory, yes, there is a setups. We can do some setups. Using through setups, I can make it is mandatory. And another one, this also using some setups. Using some setups, I can make this one as a mandatory. Because for my company policy, everyone should complete this process and then this process and then this process only. This is my company policy. Then we have some setups, we can make it. Otherwise, this is optional. I want this should be mandatory. Packing slip should be executed by like business users, and then only they need to do invoice. Then there is a setup. So all those setups you will understand later. So in the system we have options to select whether it is a mandatory or optional for these two steps. So these two are interlinked. These two are interlinked. Once if you generate picking list, then only you can do picking list registration. These two are twin process. Okay, so picking means this is the two-step process is picking. So picking list and picking list registration. So many people will confuse the word picking slip. There is no picking slip. It is packing slip. And one more, packing list. There is no packing list. It is picking list and this is packing slip. The wordings should be perfect whenever you are learning. Okay, this is picking list and registration and then packing slip and invoice to the customer. So whichever is earlier, at that time on hand inventory will be decreased. Okay, any doubts, any questions, please? Anyone?
Good morning, Satya.
Yeah.
Satya, yesterday also you got the same the order has been order is in grade management. Packing slip posting cancelled.
Packing slip.
Posting cancelled.
Okay, you want to cancel the packing.
No error. I got red color error yesterday.
Okay, can you whether you have posted in the group?
Yeah, I have posted.
1 minute. Just a minute. I'm sorry, I have attended one urgent call. Fine, I'm sorry. Now, so okay, Magesh is telling like some. Okay, so for demo environment, let me show you workspaces, feature management. You can click on feature management. Go to all. This is in demo environment. Click on here and type credit. So in all, you can type credit and you can make it contains. Click apply. So credit management is there. Credit management. Try to disable this one initially. We will discuss about this credit management later. For time being, you can disable this one, credit management, then proceed. Okay, Magesh?
Thank you, Satya. I'll try it once again.
Yeah. What is that? I will discuss with you later on. Credit management. Fine. Anything else, team, about this sales order process? Any confusion, anything? So you can create a sales order. I can create a customer invoice. This is the simplest way. Otherwise, I can create a sales order. I can do packing slip. And then I can do customer invoice. Otherwise, sales order, picking list, and picking list registration. These two are together step, single step, to be frankly. Next, packing slip, and then customer invoice. These are the steps. If you want to make mandatory for packing slip or picking list and registration, if you want to make it mandatory, then there is a setups inside. You can configure so that it will once again once it is made mandatory, then it will not allow you to do this process, and you need to follow the steps whatever it is configured by the client. As per the client request, we need to do configuration, the setups and all those things you will understand later. Okay, I hope it is clear. Any more questions, anyone? And one small announcement, actually whoever is paid, it is fine. Whoever is paid fee, those are already, it was added into the group. So if you are not paying, please contact institute or me. If you are directly contacting with me, you can contact with me. There may be a chance like tomorrow meeting ID once again it may be changed. So you can discuss with institute. Okay, if it is changed, then you need to ask. If you are contacting with your institute, then you can contact with institute, because the fee should be paid to the institute. Whoever is joining through institute, whoever is interacting with me, you can interact with me. Okay, fine. So this is sales order process. Now purchase order process, let us understand. Purchase order creation. Next, purchase order confirmation is mandatory. purchase order confirmation is mandatory. Then product receipt, and then vendor invoice. In this also, as I told you, on-hand inventory is increasing in this process. Now, if you want, you can skip this one, and I can do invoice. At the time of invoice, on-hand inventory will be increased. Or there is a one more step, registration. What is this registration? I will explain you. So on-hand inventory will be increased at the time of registration also. So whichever is earlier. In this, whichever is earlier. In between, one more option is there, receipt list. Receipt list, registration, product receipt, vendor invoice. So in the very first, I have explained only these 4 steps: purchase order creation, confirmation, product receipt, and invoice. Now the process is enhanced. Purchase order creation, confirmation is mandatory. Always purchase order confirmation is mandatory. Receipt list means it is a kind of gate entry. It is a kind of gate entry. Registration means dumping the material from a truck to your warehouse. What do you mean by this one? I will explain you. Let me open a paint brush. Suppose this is a very big site, maybe a kilometer, 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers. Give me a minute. This is a very big site, and in this you have one building. This is another building. This is another building, and this is another building, and this is another building, and one more building. Okay, so this is a gate entry. Security guys will be there. It is a gate entry, and there is one more gate entry. Okay, typical complete process. Now this is a very big site, maybe a 1 kilometer or 2 kilometers or 10 kilometers, anything. So this is complete site. Under this, now the trucks are coming and waiting here. If you look at this sugar factories, the trucks will come and they will wait at outside continuously. So assume like this is a truck. Okay, I'm not expert in drawing. My child is expert. Okay, fine. So it is a truck. Now the truck is entered into your premises and it was came here. The truck came and it was entered into your premises. Okay, so the truck, whenever it was entered into your premises, you will update receipt list. Indirectly, it is a kind of gate entry, gate pass. It was entered into your premises, that is receipt list. So still the stock is with the truck. The stock is with the truck. Now it is a shed, a kind of shed, it is there. Then material was dumped from truck to here. Take the example of sugar canes. So sugar canes, they cannot kept in the warehouse directly. First they will dump into a regular outside area. So it was dumped from here to here. That is registration. Registration means the material was unloaded from truck to your premises, and based on the sugarcane density, it was bifurcated to whether it should be moved from here to here or whether it should be moved from here to here. They will take the decision internally. That is product receipt. That is product receipt. And vendor invoice means we know like invoice copy once it is received. So during receipt list, still it is entered into your premises, but the stock is in the truck only. The stock is with the truck only. Registration means it was unloaded from truck to your premises, but not in the warehouse. Once it is observed and verification, then this stock will be moved, either it may be to this building or this building, something based on the density of the sugar canes. Okay, just I'm giving example. So this entire process, whether you want it or not, it is your wish. Suppose if my warehouse is only one building, I can take the material from the truck. And I can kept directly in the warehouse. In that case, I don't need this receipt list and registration, not required. I can do product receipt directly. That is simplest way. Whereas this one, it is lengthy process. And even if you want to understand better, like to move the material from this warehouse to this here to here or something, then it is a different function completely. That is advanced warehouse management. If it is advanced warehouse management, the action moving the material from inside here to warehouse is in detail can be tracked in the advanced warehouse management and transportation management. In this, with a single step we are doing. Understood? Any questions here? Anyone? Okay, if it is clear, let me show in the system quickly. Procurement and sourcing module. Procurement and sourcing module. Purchase orders, all purchase orders. And meanwhile, let me go to on-hand inventory. So if you want on-hand inventory, already one time I have executed. So that recent actions, it will be shown here. Give me a second. It's loading. If you click on this one, it will show you already earlier whatever I have executed, that is release products I have executed. I can click here and it will show you release products directly. Okay, on hand inventory, manage inventory, on hand inventory. For item 1000, I am clicking on this one. So now I'm creating a new purchase order. Click on a new button. Select the vendor. Select the vendor. And select site and warehouse. Click OK. Select the item. Quantity, suppose 7 quantity. Okay, I have created and I have clicked on save button. So as soon as purchase order is created, now it is available 88. If I refresh, it will become 95. Ordered in total, it is 95. So if you want to proceed further, it is mandatory. You need to do a confirmation button. Do a confirmation. So next step, once it is confirmed, so after confirmation, there is no change in the on-hand inventory. It will be the same. There is no change. Now, purchase order. Go to receive tab. Click on generate area page. Receipt list. This is receipt list. So journals, it is not there. Journal list. In the journals, receipt list is not there. Now I'm generating receipt list. Click OK. So with this one receipt list, there is no on-hand inventory change, but internally we came to know like receipt list is means it was entered into your premises. And if you verify on-hand inventory, there is no change. Same. Now I'm doing registration. After receipt list, I'm doing registration. Registration can be done from here. Update lines. Registration. So here the status is ordered. Now add registration line. Look at this one, confirm registration. Confirm registration. Then the status will be changed to registered. The status will be changed to registered. Now if you verify on hand inventory, it will become this quantity, 7 quantity will be increased here. 47 will become 54 and this will become 88. Look at this one. So because the inventory was unloaded from truck to your premises, that is registration. So at the time of registration, stock was updated. On-hand inventory is increased at the time of registration. Then product receipt and invoice will continue tomorrow. I will show you. There will not be any inventory impact on this one. I will continue on this one tomorrow. It is time up. Okay. Please interact with the institute or me. It may be, there may be a chance like new link will be provided. New links will be provided. Okay. Whoever is want to continue. So for institute, you need to pay fee at the earliest. Okay. I'm stopping here. Anyone want to discuss anything, please unmute and you can ask me questions. If anything, any confusion or anything.
Hi Satya, Nagaraj
Yes.
here.
Yeah, Nagaraj.
Yeah, Satya, this is my first class.
Yeah.
May I know how many classes are completed?
So till now it is 4 classes are completed. But
Okay.
the
And one
same
more
process,
question.
sales order
Okay.
process only. Yeah. Yes, please.
Okay. One more question. Just now you said one more, I think, advanced warehouse management, right? Are we going to cover those topics in this session?
So 1 second, let me show you. All modules. So in the very first day session, it was clearly explained. I'm going to
Okay.
cover this one only. If you want this one, once you learn, that is a separate session.
A separate session, I didn't understand.
I mean to
Okay.
say now
We
6
didn't-
to 7, it will not be covered in this course content, but I will give you high level inputs.
Okay. Yeah. That
So
will
you
be
can take a recording session for Thursday. So in the Thursday recording session, it was institute will arrange you recording session. You can go through that video and it was detailedly explained like this little bit about manufacturing, little bit about warehouse management, little bit about finance you are going to learn in T&L. But
Okay.
it will not be covered because there are so many setups you need to understand for advanced warehouse management. There are so many setups. So this is a separate course. Once you learn this one, if you are really interested, I will conduct the sessions. So you can join that session separately. It is a separate fee.
Okay. Because I heard this is also one of major
Yeah.
requirement.
Yes,
Okay.
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Thank you, Satya.
You're welcome. Fine. So let us join for finance. Whoever is interested, please join for finance. Okay. See you all.